The Buckskin Mountains in Arizona are comprised of three groups of ranges, spanning east to west from the Colorado River in Parker to Alamo Lake along the Bill Williams River. There's some cool history here, starting with the Bill Williams River. Named after Bill Williams, a missionary serving the Native Americans while exploring much of Arizona in the early 1800s, a ghost town named after Swansea Wells, birthplace of the man that brought Swansea to life and where the mine ore was once shipped, one of the first copper mines worked by Americans dating back to the 1860s, and abandoned ranches that were in a long legal battle over water rights. Planet Ranch, that's further to the west, there isn't much information regarding the Lincoln Ranch specifically. From what I gathered, and I'm going to assume the Lincoln Ranch falls within the same timeline, property was bought along the Bill Williams River by the city of Scottsdale in 1984 for the water rights with the intention of building a pipeline. Shortly after, laws were passed that prevented this kind of thing from happening, and not a single job ever made it to Scottsdale. In 1993, the city leased out the land for livestock and growing alfalfa to try and recoup some of their $32 million investment, but that too ended up being a bust as it never turned a profit. In 2006, the property was sold to the Phelps Dodge Mining Corporation, which started a 10-year legal battle over the use of water for their Baghdad copper mine operating to the north. Then, in 2014, a deal involving transferring the land to the Arizona Fish and Game Department in trade for additional wells in Wickiup was finally reached. Phelps Dodge originated in 1834 in Liverpool, England, as an import-export company, then began acquiring mines during the expansion of the western frontier. By the end of 2006, Phelps Dodge owned and operated nearly all of the major copper mines in Arizona, including Baghdad, Morenci, Safford, and Miami. In 2007, Phelps Dodge was acquired by Freeport-McMoRan for nearly $26 billion, making it one of the largest mining companies in the world. defunct Arizona and Swansea Railroad bed can still be seen while driving through this area. Construction of the privately funded 25-mile line was completed late in 1809 to support the Swansea mines to the north, connecting to the Santa Fe line that ran from Parker to Bouse towards the south. Service ended during the Great Depression, and the rails were finally pulled in 1937 when mining efforts came to a close. Buckskin Mountains saw periods of mining beginning in the 1860s, but the fall of copper prices and the remoteness of the area proved too costly to transport ore at the time. When the Arizona and California Railroad was completed in 1907, old claims and many new ones popped up. Prospectors came from all over to try their hands at striking it rich. The largest mining camp was the Clara Consolidated Gold and Copper Mining Company. Eagerly looking for investors, the owners brought in George Mitchell. Impressed by what he saw, George bought into the mining claims and secured additional funding from overseas to begin building the new town. By 1911, Swansea faced bankruptcy due to mismanaged funds. Too much money had been spent on lavish amenities and not enough expanding the mines. At times, the giant smelter would sit idle or operated at half its capacity. Eventually, stockholders pushed George out of the picture and sent in new management to oversee the operation. Around this time, World War I would increase the demand for copper, and Swansea grew even larger. When the war ended, copper prices plummeted, and the mine operated on and off until the Great Depression put the final nail in the coffin. Planet Copper Mine was discovered around 1863, making it one of the oldest copper mines worked by Americans in Arizona. Ore was hauled to the Colorado River, where it was shipped to San Francisco. A small community was built, a post office, general store, smelter, and housing. The mines eventually played out in 1921, and the town was abandoned as workers left to find work elsewhere. In the distance, you can see the property of Planet Ranch, which had been closed off to the public for over 30 years. In 2017, it was finally opened back up, becoming a part of the Arizona Peace Trail.